These are the miniatures we're going to be trying to paint using some of these Grimdark skin techniques I recently saw off the Grimdark Compendium. Now this is a mini, what's it called, Dragoon Studios mini. As you can see, it's straight out of Bloodborne. I think it's great. I broke the base that was printed with him, so I've actually just made my own. This one's inspired by 52 Miniatures. Go look at his stuff. As you can see, it's all bits of sprue, and there's bits of skull and whatnot in there. So he's going to get the whole Grimdark treatment. But I'm also doing these ones. These are from Blightbones on his Patreon. Or I joined his Patreon, I should say. So we got one of them with a wormy worm. Oop, focus. Yep, one with a wormy worm and one of them with a club with a bell on it, I guess. But they actually have this sort of, especially the one with the worm, it's great dead skin texture. And we're going to be using some blues to create a nice gradient of textures with the airbrush. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll see how we go. Hopefully it'll be okay. I'm back up in the office now, and I've got them undercoated here. As you can see, we've gone with the pale blue into a white, as I showed, and we're going to work with that, and more like trying to use it like a zenithal, especially looks a lot better with the big one. And the big guy, I just had some left over, so I did his robe as well, so you can get some kind of idea. But none of the weapons that have been done, as I'll be using the Grimdark Compendium's skin techniques, so I've probably been splashing isopropyl alcohol on it, so they'll probably all get washed away and whatnot. But as you can see, we've got lots of detail on here already when it comes to skin texture and muscles and stuff, but I want to put on some bruising, and especially around the feet and around this sort of gut area around the rib cage and stuff, and maybe a little bit on his face. But I'm going to use probably what I've got here. So I've got some Collier green shade, Drakenhof nightshade for the darker stuff, and of course the natural. I'm not sure if I want to go with red, because this is actually the Carabat Crimson. I mean, as this is actually, if you read the lore of Bloodborne, they're meant to be the Thumerians, so possibly Thumerians, or descendants of Thumerians. So they do have red blood though. So it's kind of like, well, what I'll do is I'll probably use the Drakenhof as basically the bruising and deep blood color, and then some Collier green shade to sort of bring it in. But we'll see how we go. That's why these two minis are here. So if I'm not necessarily liking where it's going, I can add in some red. But anyway, cheers for now, and we'll keep going. Alright, I've done the gluing technique over them. Now I end up using this Sally's glue that I've got. Now it's a lot thicker than the glue they suggested, and I have ordered some of that glue. I've just got to wait for it to come. And as well as some applicators, so I don't get glue everywhere. But I'm just going to work on these two guys now. And the bigger church giant, I'll leave him aside just till I feel a bit more confident with the technique. And hopefully everything will come out alright. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. And we've got to the next step here, and as you see, we've done the blue wash, and then we did the isopropyl alcohol removal. And focus. We've got some nice sort of deep looking differences in the textures and whatnot. I gotta admit, like, because this one has no real flat areas, you don't get that sort of look of veining or anything. On the worm you have, definitely, but focus in. Sorry, I'm just using my phone to film this, so. But on the worm you definitely are getting that. But because there's so much detail in the actual sort of necrotized flesh, you're not getting as much in the way of like the bruising and stuff, which is why I will use the Carroburg Crimson, and I'm going to try to get some actual sort of bruising effects and stuff in there. And I think that might be good for their skin for them. Yes, I'll give that a shot. But first I've got to give them another layer of glue. And yeah, well, then I'll give that a shot, and I'll let you see the next update in a sec. Alrighty, here we go. Well, we've done the red. Now, as you can see, the red is very, very strong with the Carroburg Crimson. I would actually probably, both with it and the Drakenhof Nightshade, is probably tone them down a bit next time. But as you can see, ooh, they're effective. I'm going to probably just give these guys a bit of a dry brush to bring up all the bits of skin and that. But this technique, oh, missed a bit under the arms there. As you can see, ooh, like this is some yucky looking flesh. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Yeah, we'll just bring a bit more white back into the flesh, or lighter tones into the flesh. I might fix up under that arm too, because it's looking a bit weird that it's empty like that. Okay, anyway, keep going. Focus. There we go. Keep going. Now the dry brushing's done. You can look at that. As you can see, it's coming up a bit more yucky. I like that there's still undertones of blue in it, the deeper bits, and you can get these undertones of blue. That bit of the armpit's fixed, by the way, and you've still got a bit of bone and everything. We'll probably get some gore effects in here for around the gut and the worm. Get some brass on the helmets or something, and work on the robes. But yeah, focus. Yeah, this one I'm a little bit too much dry brush on the face, maybe a bit too much removal of the red, but on the inside of the robes, you can see it's still a bit good. But yeah, these are going to be now done up like Grimdark, just in general sort of paintings. So I'll keep going with them, probably right to the end with the Grimdarkness stuff. And yeah, you'll be able to see some end result. I just realized I forgot to seal them in with a bit more glue, and that actually really added a bit more to it. So yeah, with a look if you're willing, you know. I wanted to seal it in before I painted the rest of it, because in case any of the oils and stuff are going to mess with it. But to this one, definitely added a lot more creepiness, especially to that worm. Oh, it's just it looks like entrails now, and it's just, yeah, it's creepy. I can't wait to finish this up now. So you're gonna see the end of it when I finish it up. It just looks really good, especially this bit coming right out here with all the bleh. Okay, anyway, cheers for watching so far, because I'm enjoying this. And I'm done. I'm really happy with this, as you can see. Got a bit of goons grime on all of it, and some blood effects on the worm. There's a verdigris just lightly on the helmet. It's come up great. A bit of rust effects too in there. And on this one, went for a lot of blood. A lot of blood splatter. See the wallop somebody with the mace here. And yeah, all these, you know, skills, if you want me to show them off in a video, I'm happy to. I'll take a nice photo of these too, so that you can see them. But yeah, I'm really happy with them. So yeah, you're gonna have to give this skin technique a try. It works rather well, and you know, all the Grimdark effects paints and stuff, they they do what they say on the tin. Again, this is only Goon's Grom I've used. That's from Grimdark, or Villain Inc. I should say, the Grimdark Compendium. The rest has just been GW products that you can get, like blood from the Blood God. You should always don't use blood from the Blood God neat. Water it down and then flick it. It has a much better effect. The verdigris as well. Was it Nylock Oxide? Water it down. Don't just put it on neat. And then you can also just rub it off before it dries with a cotton bud or a cotton swab, whatever you like to call them, and you'll get much better effects. And again, the rust, even though it's a bit dark, it is subtly there. And you should always try different things out. But anyway, yeah, take some photos. And yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.